Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed officially to November 19th, 2026, which means by then your kids will be able to babysit themselves and you'll have more time to play. So that's pretty cool. Welcome to GTA Tonight. I'm your host, Rob Morris, American screenwriter, TV producer, and creator of Vinewood Public Access, the #1 fan-created GTA talk radio station. Congratulations, you are watching something pretty cool that is also good, and I'm proud of you. Tonight on GTA Tonight, we are breaking it down like a shotgun. Here's what's on the menu. GTA 6 delayed, what it means for your paid time off in 2026. Union drama explained by a union member. On a lighter note, Mansion DLC is right around the corner. Start grinding, fatty. VPA fan mail questions answered. You asked, we're here for you. And if we have time for it, we're gonna crack open the juicy drama unfolding in the GTA creator community. All right, we don't have all night. The days are only 48 minutes long, and I am legally a grown man who has scheduled his emotional breakdowns around a fictional Floridian crime simulator. Let's dive in, shall we? So, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed again, this time for another 6 months to November 2026. And people are taking it super well.
No! 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 No!
Oh my god. It's that I gotta get on my gangster shit here, man. It sounds like I'm crying like a little bitch, I swear to God. I ain't crying, brother. I'm genuinely just like I'm shocked that this has happened right now.
Another year of GTA Online, no!
If you've lost track of the timeline of this game, allow me to read you the internet. The game was an absolute secret until it was announced in February of 2022. About 6 months later, in September, a massive leak occurred, proving that in fact the game is real. Rockstar later confirmed these leaks, and on December 4th, 2023, Trailer 1 was officially birthed into the world, revealing GTA's neon-soaked Bonnie and Clyde, cruising to the lyrics of Mr. Thomas Earl Petty. Little did we know what heartbreakers these two would turn out to be, or how long a road How long is a long road of love? Coming fall 2025 is all we got. 337 days passed as we rolled into 2025 with no new information from Rockstar. The starved GTA fan community began to slowly unravel with theories of when new information would be shared, only to be blindsided on May 6, 2025 with an official delay announcement, pinning the game's release May 26, 2026, over a year away. However, fans were immediately rewarded with Trailer 2, an updated game website, and 70+ new screenshots and character descriptions. This trailer was recorded on the PlayStation 5 and surpassed other video launch records with over 475 million views in just 24 hours. Hope was alive once again. Summer came and went, which brings us to November 6th, 2025. An earnings call with Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, was paired with another delay announcement, this time pushing the game back another 6 months to November 19th, 2026, a week before Black Friday, and yet another year away from this information. As of the weekend after the announcement, there is no additional information, trailers, or screenshots, although fans are hopeful that the following Tuesday, November 11th, will bring something. A wonderful gift to our troops on Veterans Day. Do the right thing, Rockstar. Thank them for their service. So at this point, is the game ever coming out? Can we reasonably trust anything said by Rockstar Games or Take-Two Interactive? Will my father ever be proud of the fact that I am actively trying to abandon a career in producing television shows so that I can be a Grand Theft Auto YouTuber? We cannot know this information. It is unknowable, but we can hope. Some think this delay is directly related to recent reports of Rockstar employees attempting to organize a union. If only we had a union member here with experience organizing while working for a large entertainment corporation. oh wait, I'm in the Writers Guild of America East and I've done just that. I'm gonna rip that part open for you just the way you like in a little bit, just stand by. Or, you know, skip to that chapter or whatever, I don't care, just whatever, do whatever you want. All right, enough of that. Next, mansions. So what does the next year look like for GTA fans? Well, mansions. It looks sad, Buckethead. Mansions. It looks sad. For those wondering what is in store while we wait, mansions. This week, the long-awaited Mansion DLC for GTA Online was finally teased in the Rockstar Newswire, letting us know that the likely infinite drip feed arc starts this week, so stay tuned for that. Let's be honest, who can focus on celebrating Christmas at a time like this? At least we know we will have a full year to cry alone in these mansions. So get to grinding if you're one of the few people who's not sitting on millions and millions of dollars in GTA Online. Oh, and don't forget about career progress. How many of those 1,000 hanger crates have you sold? Exactly. Get to work, Buckethead. Our main story tonight concerns unions, that thing in Grand Theft Auto that you routinely are tasked with stopping.
Gotta move on. You ain't gonna be able to beat the union.
Rockstar Games has been accused of union busting. GTA 6 just got delayed again, and somehow my very boring screenwriters union meetings on Slack are suddenly relevant to video game drama on the internet. You've probably seen some version of this headline: Rockstar fires GTA 6 devs for union activity. And then right next to it, Take-Two says, no, this was gross misconduct, nothing to do with unions. So tonight I want to do three things. Number one, explain what we actually know about these firings. Number two, put it in context of UK union law and Rockstar's history with unions. And finally, talk about whether this has anything to do with GTA 6 being delayed to November 2026. Now, I'm coming at this as someone who's in a union myself. I am in the Writers Guild of America East. I have also had actual union meetings on Discord, Slack, WhatsApp, all the cozy little spaces where you talk about money and working conditions and hope your boss never finds the link. So, what actually happened? Let's start with the basics. In late October, reports came out that Rockstar had fired around 30 to 40 employees, mostly in the UK, especially at Rockstar North in Edinburgh, and a few in Canada. These weren't just interns who spilled coffee on the build server. These were designers, artists, QA, producers, people actually working on GTA 6 in the creative departments, and ongoing support for GTA Online. People with the same titles I have, only on video games and not celebrity competition shows. Now, those employees are being represented by a union called IWGB Game Workers in the UK, Independent Workers Union of Great Britain. According to IWGB and several of the fired workers, the people who were let go were involved in union organizing. A lot of this organizing happened in a private Discord server, invite only, not some open subreddit. They say they were talking about workplace issues, stuff like workload, hours, conditions, the usual, hey, are we all dying here or is it just me? Union conversation. They're calling this union busting and planning to take Rockstar and Take-Two to the Employment Tribunal, cool name, for unfair dismissal and trade union victimization. On the other side, you have Rockstar and Take-Two going, nope, this is not about unions. These employees were fired for gross misconduct because they shared confidential information in what was considered a public forum. So right away, we've got a pretty key conflict here. The union version is we were punished for organizing in a private union Discord, which would be a crime. And then the company version, we punish people for leaking confidential information in a space that wasn't private in the way that they thought it was. And just to be super clear about this, we don't have logs, we don't have screenshots. We're working off of the statements of both sides of this conflict and reporting. So anyone saying that they know for a fact that it was Ted or Carol by the water cooler who did X is editorializing dramatically. My experience with unions and NDAs is a little extensive actually. Let me put it in personal terms for a second. As a WGAE member, I'm in union negotiation contract meetings on a pretty regular basis. These have taken place on Discord, Slack, WhatsApp. Sometimes it's very glamorous, like, hey, can everybody see my screen? No? Okay, cool. We just wasted 10 minutes and now we're all mad and we're still underpaid. Great. I also sign very strict NDAs and have been doing so for a very long time. All the time. With TV networks, production companies, I know what it's like to be legally told you may not discuss this project with anyone ever, including your dog, you piece of shit, or we will sue you to the ends of the earth. They'll do it. So I can totally see both of these things being true at the same time. Workers were organizing, and that's protected activity. Some of them might have, even with good intentions, crossed the line on what they were sharing. There's an important nuance here that doesn't fit into the Twitter screenshots, okay? We're talking about working conditions. Talking about working conditions is very often protected. Talking about trade secrets is very often not. If you say in a union chat, we're being forced to work 60-hour weeks and our producer screams at QA on Zoom like Trevor from GTA 5, that is very different from here's a screenshot of the unannounced GTA 6 map and exactly how our streaming tech works. Can't do that. Both can happen in the same Discord, and that's kind of the nightmare that you find yourself in legally. Union meetings sometimes feel like lawyer meetings. Everyone's using careful language, we're talking about contracts, citing clauses, but they do not have the same legal privilege as talking to your attorney. That's a really important thing that a lot of workers don't realize. Have I ever heard trade secrets discussed in a union meeting? Well, if I had, I would not tell you that, now would I, Buckethead? So when I look at this as someone who lives in both worlds, entertainment worker and union member, my reaction is this. Yes, it is absolutely plausible that Rockstar fired people because of union activity. Unfortunately, that kind of thing does happen. Also, yes, it is plausible that some people violated an NDA in ways that could get you fired at almost any big studio. That could have happened also. And honestly, I think it might take an employment tribunal to untangle where one ends and the other begins, which just sounds so cool. It's very Survivor. Personally, we don't have tribunals in the US, and I think all of them should be done on an island surrounded by torches, and that is very unlikely in this situation. Let's talk about the UK side for a second, because this isn't happening under US labor law. This is happening in a country where union rights are structured a little bit differently. In the United Kingdom, workers have a legal right to join a union, not join a union, and take part in union activities, meetings, campaigns, votes, that kind of thing. Your employer, Rockstar, is not allowed to fire you because you became a union member, fire you because you took part in union activities, or treat you worse, threaten you, or offer you special perks to stop you from being involved in a union. If they do, that can count as automatic unfair dismissal for trade union reasons. That's the legal phrase. Automatic unfair dismissal basically means you don't need 2 years of service, you don't need to jump through as many hoops. If the primary reason for your firing was union activity, the law is heavily on your side. That's where this union busting claim lives in practice. If IWGB can show these folks were fired because they organized, and the NDAs and confidentiality arguments are just to cover, then Rockstar could be in serious trouble at a tribunal. On the flip side, if Rockstar can show, no, look, here's the policy, here's what was shared, here's who's outside the company and how they got access, we would have fired anyone who did this, union or not, then their gross misconduct defense gets a lot stronger. So when we throw around the phrase union busting, it's useful to separate moral and cultural union busting, or trying to scare people out of organizing, punishing people who speak up, and then legal union busting that can be proved on paper and in court, what an employment tribunal can actually rule on. Right now, this case is just in the allegation stage. It's a lot of people out on the street holding signs and making TikToks. It has not been litigated. No judge has weighed in. This whole dispute is as real as GTA 6. It's the talk of the town, but it hasn't even really happened yet. It could take months to litigate something like this if it goes to court. Now, how does this fit into Rockstar's broader history with unions and worker treatment? On the developer's side, Rockstar does have a long reputation for crunch, especially surrounding the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, where we heard about people working very intense hours, especially near launch. Historically, the internal development staff at Rockstar, programmers, artists, designers, QA, they have not been unionized in the way film crews or TV writers are. Groups like Game Workers Unite and later IWGB Game Workers formed partly in response to exactly this kind of "we love making this, but it's killing us" culture in gaming. On the performer's side, the story is a little bit different. Voice actors and performance capture artists often work under SAG-AFTRA contracts in the United States. Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, was one of the companies involved in the recent video game strikes with SAG-AFTRA. The strike ended with a new agreement, better pay, protections around AI, and all the stuff we're very used to hearing about in Hollywood at this point. So you have this weird split. Rockstar is used to working with unionized performers. They are not used to having unionized developers inside the studio making the game. And now those two worlds are starting to converge because SAG-AFTRA has publicly expressed support for the fired Rockstar workers, and IWGB is pushing to make this a big test case for union rights in game development. Honestly, this is starting to look a lot like TV did in the 2010s in America, when you were seeing the writers, directors, and actors covered by the unions, but the digital staff, social media, and other newer parts of the industry starting to organize and turning into resistance. Let's talk about the question everyone actually cares about. Are we waiting longer for Grand Theft Auto 6 because of this union fight? The timeline looks bad, right? You see news like Rockstar fires GTA 6 developers, and almost immediately after, GTA 6 delayed to November 19th, 2026. It's okay to go, okay, alright, let's connect the dots. Conspiracy wall. Here's what we actually know. Rockstar and Take-Two say that the delay is for additional polish, and to make sure the game meets expectations. Very PR, very standard. Jason Schreier, who has always been a good source on Rockstar Games, has come out and say the delay decision was made before the firings. The timing of the announcement has a lot more to do with earnings reports and corporate calendars than to do with this union struggle. So if we're being honest and careful, there is no solid reporting right now that says Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed because of these union issues. There is concern, however, that is reasonable that firing dozens of experienced devs, plus the morale hit, the legal fight, it could make future milestones difficult to hit. So I would say it like this: direct cause of delay, no reliable evidence it's the union busting scandal. Indirect risk going forward? Yeah, absolutely. If you nuke trust inside your studio, that shows up somewhere. Retention, quality, internal schedule slips, all of it. We don't know and cannot know how current devs feel. And all of that lands on top of a project that was already delayed, already massive, and already under huge pressure. It is a tough moment to be named Hauser. Unless you're running around Santa Monica, making comic books and going on podcasts with Friedrich Nietzsche. So why am I talking about this at all other than being a fan of Grand Theft Auto? As a writer and union member, this isn't just about video games. This is part of a bigger pattern. People in creative industries, TV, film, games, we love our jobs and we want to make cool things. That's why we got into this line of work in the first place. But plenty of people are also tired of being burnt out, underpaid, and told to be grateful. So they organize on Discord and Slack and WhatsApp. And management's first instinct sometimes is not, hey, what's going on? How do we fix this? But who's talking and how do we shut them up? At the same time, companies do have a real task and interest in protecting trade secrets. NDAs are not fake, they exist for a reason. Violating them can absolutely get you fired and sued. And the messy truth is, in 2025, those two realities collide in group chats. That's where this whole story lives, and where we'll likely find out what really happened. Where do I land on this? Here's my final take, and you can tell me in the comments if you disagree. First, workers absolutely have the right to organize, including at Rockstar. UK law backs that up. Also, if And if Rockstar fired people because they were unionizing, that's not just kind of shady, okay? It could be potentially illegal, and an employment tribunal would have to sort that out. It's also possible that some workers crossed a line with NDAs, not because they're villains, but because the boundary between what you can share and not share and what's protected in a union meeting can be a little blurry. Finally, we should be very cautious about saying Rockstar is definitively guilty of union busting or definitively that these workers deserved it or anything like this until the legal process plays out and we actually see evidence. As for GTA 6, the delay we know about seems to be mostly polish and risk management. But if the union fight drags on, it's one more weight hanging off the side of a very big and very expensive ship. In the meantime, I would suggest a simple rule for yourself. Yes, you can be hyped about GTA 6. It's okay, sweetheart. It's gonna come out. And also, you can care about the people who are making it not getting steamrolled. These things are not in conflict, they are not mutually exclusive. If anything, treating workers better is how we get better games. I know, because I've watched better TV shows get made by people who were treated better at work. If more concrete info comes out, tribunal decisions, internal emails, actual findings, we'll circle back and we'll break it all down for you here. Until then, be kind in the comments, don't harass individual devs or union reps, and maybe, just maybe, keep your company's secrets to yourself and be careful about how you talk in Discord. Next. You dropped your questions on our Discord and our community posts, and now we are going to read some of them because at Vinewood Public Access, we act like we really care about you. We truly do. Mailbag or female bag. We'll see what we got. Sway's app wants to know, will we see a variety of wildlife compared to Red Dead Redemption? Will they reuse models of animals from Red Dead Redemption 2? I'd like to see more birds, like ducks and flamingos. Those would be really nice to see around ponds. Well, I don't know, man. How would I know what's in the game? What kind of question is that for me? I will say it would be crazy not to use the ducks from Red Dead Redemption 2. Can you imagine animating ducks for a living and you work your ass off for hours and weeks to make this duck exactly right based on hours of research? And then your boss is like, hey man, I'm gonna need some new ducks. And you'd be like, can't you just use the ducks I made for the last game? And then he's like, nah man, new game, new ducks, asshole. And you'd be like, I really don't want to be spoken to that way. And also it's the same continent and same region, basically. Ducks have not evolved much in the last 100 years. I feel like the other ducks I made are perfectly fine. Just use those ducks. And he'd be like, that's it, step into my office. And you'd be thinking, man, I can't wait to talk about this on Discord. And finally, we got a juicy one for you. As many of you know, the GTA content creator community has been a little spicy lately. And what's that? We don't have time for this segment, unfortunately. That's too bad. It would have been really fun. Speaking of GTA community, shout out to some of our biggest fans, Jamie Hexum, Vice on Wheels, Hayden, Gambit Arcana, Big Dig Rock, Candy Mauricio, Goodfella Productions, and Luca Bailey over at LS Live Radio. To so many more of you, thank you for joining us on Vinewood Public Access. And tonight, this has been GTA Tonight. Hey, thanks for watching that, and welcome to Vinewood Public Access. You should stick around, like, subscribe, and do all that stupid shit. Thank you.